Hello. So basically, I'm just at church right now, so the story is recently we got a new organ system installed, as you can see right here. Our old one was had many years on it, sort of malfunctioning. So we got a new organ system installed by a company that shall remain unnamed, and I'll explain that in a minute. So basically, after it was installed, I decided to sort of check out what we got. The price of the install was around $50,000, including everything and all the labor and transportation of the equipment and stuff like that. So the main unit is a nice Viscount. It's a Vivas 90. I'm not sure how you say that, Vivas. It's really nice. The organ players in our congregation were really happy with it. This unit itself, just the organ console alone without any sound reinforcement, was about 12,000 Canadian. So that's a big chunk of the overall install. But as I was checking it out, I just noticed, oh, this is how you turn the organ on, right? So they just have this cable, organ power, it's a little label, and that's how you turn the organ on. So I was like, well, $50,000, you know, I kind of would expect like a master relay or something, not just a little power cable to turn the whole thing on. So I decided to head upstairs and just sort of survey the situation, see what exactly we got installed, and yeah, basically I'm just going to take you guys and just show you, because I was pretty blown away, to be honest, by what I seen. So let's go upstairs. Alright, so before we actually go way upstairs into the labyrinth where the organ system is installed, this is just an example to show, like, when you say, like, oh, professional install, this is sort of more what I would expect in compared to what I'm about to show you upstairs. So you have a nice rack, all the equipment's mounted in nice, labeled. The wiring in the back is all super clean, labeled. I'm not sure how well you can see that. I forgot my flashlight. But everything's really heavy gauge speaker wire, nice system processor, everything's labeled and managed, and all the wires are the exact right length. You know where everything goes. It's just super professional, clean. If you had to come in here and diagnose something, I mean, everything's really clear, and it would be really quick and easy, and yeah, it's a really nice system that we have installed. So that's like a really pro install. But let's head upstairs and yeah, I'm just gonna let it speak for itself. Alright, here we go, around here. So I walk in, the first thing I see is this nice wooden box. That's MDF or something. I was like, okay, no rack, whatever, maybe they did a good custom cabinet building. Oh, there's their label, which is peeling off. Nice, very nice. Screws that don't have all the paint, that's good. Really cheap caster wheels in case, actually I don't know, why would we move it? No, whatever, these aren't painted. Not that that's a huge deal, but you know, $50,000 install, we'd expect something a little better. And then I wandered around the back. What? Yeah, so I don't know where to begin. This is like, well, first of all this equipment is Pyle Pro Audio, which I don't know if any of you know, but it's sort of yeah, the cheap Chinese stuff that you don't really want to mess around with, because I mean, first of all, these amps are so light in here, I can lift them with my just one finger. The speaker cabling, this looks like this lamp cord type business, labeled with just paper taped on there. That's number one, I think, whatever that means, because the other ends aren't labeled, so who knows where any of this goes. And it's all just kind of, you know, thrown here. Shove it under there, bolt a piece of wood over it, I guess. Oh yeah, and in the power delivery, I got some custom circuits routed just for this install to apparently plug shape Canadian Tire power bars into, I guess is what they're into. Yeah, that's just sort of set under there, just mixed in with all the audio cabling, no labels. Who knows what goes where? Those zip ties there, just cut off really messily. Oh, and then there's this. These are connected to one of the amps, these sort of wands of wire here, and they just terminate here for nothing. Number, what is this? 10 and 11? Who knows what that is? Not me. Oh yeah, and then the connections to all the amps from this little 10-band EQ pile as well. Got to keep with the quality. Little RCA connectors, great. Unbalanced, that should be good. Oh yeah, and then on the other end, RCA into the amps with these little adapters that just fall off, as you just seen. So that's great. So our whole system's gonna fall apart now. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but there's no holes or anything on the front, top, side, bottom. There's no holes anywhere for airflow. And these amps are front to back airflow. So they're gonna suck in from the front, blow hot air out the rear of the units. There's 3 different amps for all these various speakers we have. So they're gonna blow all their hot air out, and then it's gonna loop back around right into the intake. Yeah, that's a good idea too. Let's see, what else do we have? The gauge of this cabling is like, I mean, this is the coming off the bridged mono output of these amps. Not that they make that much power anyway, to be honest, but I mean, really, $50,000 gets us this, I mean, what is this? Does it say what gauge? It's like 22 gauge. What is that? Anyway, so this all goes who knows where. But up here, we have some speakers. We have 2 subs and 2 classic organ speakers, whatever that means on the receipt. So we have 2 subs per side. These really big custom-made cabinets with Pyle Pro audio drivers in them. You know what? I'm going to see if I can get a light on my phone here. Come on, flashlight. Unable to turn on torch. Torch is being used by camera. Okay? No, it's not. Okay, hold on while I figure out this lighting. Okay, there we go. We're back. We've got the flash on now. Oh yeah, so back to these subwoofer cabinets. Custom made, very nice. Pyle Pro audio all around. Pro audio. Custom 15-inch woofers, enclosed design. Yeah, with the lamp cord going right into this little hole that they drilled, which isn't glued or anything. You can just move the cable in and out. That's great. They didn't even bother to put any speaker terminals or anything. So they brought the subs in here, wired them up, and this one's in parallel. I don't even know where this gray cable's going. And then just shove the wire in there like that. So that's great. And then these other speakers are just sat here sideways. There's one. There's another one over there. Oh yes, which brings us to the other sub, which also lamp cord, no speaker terminal, nice. That's actually a completely different driver though. The other one had a concave cone. This is convex. It doesn't have the Pyle logo or anything. It's also 15-inch, but oh, you know what? That brings us to another story. So I believe this one before was actually a Pyle Pro audio like the other one, but it actually blew up, blown. Not surprised because those cheap Chinese amps, but whatever. So we called them, hey, one of our subs for the organ system blown up, and they were like, nope, our subs don't, they don't blow up. And we were like, well, yeah. So we took a video of it, crackling and whatnot, sent it to them, and they were like, oh, okay, well, I guess something might be wrong with it. So they came, and I guess this is the replacement driver we got. Yeah, so that's good. What else do we have? I'm just blown away by this wiring job. Oh, now that we have the light, you can see. Oh yeah, so we got unbalanced RCA into all the amps with those crappy 1/4-inch adapters. That's real good. All this cabling is so... Oh, shoot. I wasn't expecting that to rip off so easily. Guess I should have though. So, yeah. Alright, so I guess just to overview what we got A very nice organ console. Unfortunately, going into a crappy, cheap Chinese 10 bands stereo. Not that the stereo really makes a difference, but it's a 10-band EQ with some unbalanced RCA cabling. Oh, that one's loose. Interesting. Okay. Which I don't even know what settings it's on because can't see the front. Got a bunch of cheap Chinese amps powering our cheap Chinese custom-made super thin subwoofers with no speaker terminals. Great. That, who knows if they're set right. They've already blown up one of the subs. And yeah, all this crappy wiring. Keep in mind, $50,000. A couple power bars. And they figure, yeah, you're all set. The label's just ripped off, easy. I got some power, yeah, just, you know, loop it around wherever it fits. Right alongside all the audio cabling that's unbalanced, so I'm sure that'll work out great. Zip ties holding everything together, some cables that terminate nowhere that just came in, installed some cabling, yeah, just coil it up here, it's going nowhere, so I don't know what that's about. And yeah, we end up with some really great sound from the amazing organ console that's unable to be reproduced very well at all. So that's really unfortunate.